right, welcome back. How about this? Recent data reveals that 47% of workers worry that they will never be able to fully retire, while current retirees, they face a unique psychological and economic hurdles like, how about this? The fear of spending? I wish my wife would catch that. And rising healthcare bills they're worried about too. As my dad used to say, if you keep spending like you do now, you'll be 98 and serving ice cream at Dairy Queen. At the ripe old age of 60, I can now see his point. There is a term for the emotional hurdle of spending down a nest egg. It's called, it's a real psychological condition called wealth preservation anxiety. This anxiety is not entirely irrational and actually may be warranted, as healthcare remains one of the largest financial wildcards in retirement. For more on the psychology of retirement, please welcome into the show, Mr. Craig Bolanos. Craig, thanks for coming on. I was just curious. I saw this and I was wondering, I'm going to ask you, do you see this type of psychological behavior in some of your clients?
Yeah, so much of finance is actually in between the ears. It's the emotional dynamics of money. And this concept of wealth preservation anxiety, I have to be sincere, it's not about losing money. It's about losing confidence that your money is going to last. Let me make that distinction again. Wealth preservation anxiety isn't about losing money. It's what happens if you lose confidence that your money is going to last. And Scott, what we aspire to do at VestGen Wealth Partners is give people real plans backed by real data-driven science that's tested in the trenches so they can worry a little bit less. That allows them to live a little bit more. But worry, that's just a part of the game.
Well, so, I mean, it's never perfect and nobody's going to ever get it absolutely right. But I guess the name of the game is to spend your last dollar, your last day on earth, right? Because I did have it phrased to me once that all the money that you have in the bank, that if you don't spend and you die before you spend it, is basically you worked for free to get all that money, right? You didn't get paid for it because you didn't get to use it. So there is kind of a fine line there where you try to manage your emotions and having that money last to your last day. But the problem is nobody knows when their last day is going to be here.
No, and people have written books. People have argued that any money left in the bank after retirement isn't money left in the bank. It's not money that's an inheritance. It's dreams that could have been. It's experiences that were passed on. It's toys that could have been enjoyed. It's good that could have gotten placed into the world. Sure, maybe it's all of those things, but what I see manifest, Scott, as a practitioner, because this is what your viewing audience wants to know, wealth preservation anxiety can cause people to keep far too much money in cash. Now, cash is not trash. Cash is a tactical asset, but it needs to be used sparingly. And I also think this wealth preservation anxiety forces some people to stay employed longer than they actually needed to. And that means people end up forgoing some of their most valuable currency, which is time. And that's why I encourage everybody to move past the emotions and start doing data-driven decisions so life doesn't pass anybody by.
So, I mean, besides the golfing and the traveling and the other things that one may do when they're retired, are you seeing a lot of folks that kind of keep one little toe in the working world? Like one, you know, I used to be a consultant. I hate that word. But do you see folks that are hanging on to one little small sliver of income to keep things coming in, every now and again?
I think if people can find a way to create what I call a phased retirement, where you engineer a professional pivot from going full-time to part-time, and whether that leads you into the world of consulting, sounds glamorous, whether it means you're just donning an apron and working retail, whatever it might be, cut your own path. But if you can find a way to have a phased retirement, have that professional pivot, it might not just be about the psychological need of wanting to bring in money. It might actually give you structure in your day. I mean, Scott, after people work for 25, 35, 45 years, they got to find something that's going to get them out of bed every single day with passion and vigor. And I got news. Pickleball's not for everybody. Golf is not for everybody. I mean, how many guys do you see go over to the YMCA, have a cup of coffee, make 5 laps around the track, take a hot shower, a steam, a hot tub, a sauna, and then turn it into a 6-hour event? It's because they're lacking structure. So if you can find a way to write your own script and phase out of your professional career or pivot to a lighter career, I think that checks the box for a lot of Americans today.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna at 4:30 put on my my seed cap, hop in the car, and I'm gonna drive 20 miles an hour to my buddies at McDonald's to meet them for a coffee at 5, so I can slow all the people behind me down when they're late to work, like that guy does to me every single day. Can't believe I'm always behind the guy going to coffee with his mates at 4:30 in the morning. But I do not see either one. I don't see myself just 100% cutting it off because I'm so immersed in what I do. I love what I do. I love reading about finance. It's been a big part of my life. I'm probably more on that phasing out. Who knows? Maybe I can do my show for an hour for the rest of my life. I don't know. I'm having fun, so it's not really even like work. But I was really interested about that article, and thanks for putting it out there. I guess this is a real thing, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. But I appreciate all you have to say. A lot of the viewers really write in and say what great advice you have to give there, Craig. Thank you very much. Craig Bolanos, he's co-founder and wealth partner at VestGen Wealth Advisors. Thanks for being on the show, brother. He's up in Chicago.